Hi, thank you very much, Fernando, for this introduction and for the coordination of this webinar. So, well, this is my first webinar, and it deals with some examples of the usage of the augmented reality in smart grids. And well, in other presentations, I usually give a lot of different examples in many subjects, but here I will try to show smart grids related use cases. Okay. Today, first of all, I will give an introduction to augmented reality, talking about different augmented reality techniques, because I think it is important to know what this technology can do with real objects or environments. I will also talk about different devices that can be used to experiment augmented reality and their pros and cons. Then, I will show more different applications for smart grids. Finally, I will talk about how to test this technology and about the expected future of the augmented reality. Maybe you have already heard about augmented reality or about mixed reality or extended reality. Well, they are all related topics, but they have some differences. Today, I am going to talk about all of them with the term augmented reality or AR. The definition of the augmented reality, in summary, is adding visual information to real world. Here you can see one of the simplest images of augmented reality, showing the address of a building directly over the image of the building. We use the image of the building, the real building, to show the information. In augmented reality, we always need to use the real world image or video to show the information. This is the main difference with virtual reality. In virtual reality, everything is computer generated. In virtual reality, you only see synthetic information, like in video games. In augmented reality, we always see the reality plus the information that we want to add. I think it is very important that you know the difference between these two technologies. Keep in mind that we are going to talk about augmented reality because we want to get information from the real world while we are seeing the world. Okay, and how does it work? Well, first of all, we need a location. In augmented reality, the device we are using needs to know, in some way, what is it seeing. Either it is a pattern, a specific object, or a specific place, for example. The device needs to know its location. In order to create a coordinate system which will place the virtual elements like regular information or an arrow pointing to a point of interest or whatever information we want to add. Once the device knows where is it or what is it in front of it, then it is able to visualize information over the object or the pattern. And this is the way augmented reality works, always, from the easiest example to the more complex application. The device needs to interpret the reality and get the location of the things. Then it will show the information from the SCADA, from a web service, or from whatever other information system. Once the device knows what is it watching, he is able then to ask to a service or a database the information related to that object. And now I am going to try to explain it with a real example. Okay. This is a very easy example, a real example of augmented reality we made in Tecnalia. It's an example for smart grids where you can see how augmented reality works. The device needs to see the reality. Using the camera, the device knows that it's in front of a specific cubicle. He recognizes using 3D patterns that is seeing a cubicle, and he's able to know which specific cubicle is that. Once it knows which cubicle is it, it connects to the SCADA, and asks for specific information for that cubicle. When it gets the information, it only needs to visualize the information over the cubicle. This information will be contextualized with the real object. Now we are going to watch the video. And video, thank you, Fernando. We are going to watch the video. Okay, this is it. And here, okay, yeah. Here you can see how the tablet cell phone is showing the information over the curricle. And of course I can choose the specific information I want to see. If I am responsible of the maintenance, maybe I want to know when do I need to maintain it. Or if I am an operator, I maybe only want to know how much energy am I using. I maybe want to see the information in a number, or maybe with a chart, or with a color. Green if it is okay, red if it is not okay. You can choose the information you want. The augmented worker concept is when the machines tell the information to the user without even asking for it. So, okay, thank you. Let's go back to the presentation. Thank you, Fernando. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I am waiting. I can't see anything. Okay, sorry for that, folks.
Should be okay now.
I'm sorry. Okay, now, yeah. Thank you, Fernando. Okay, and why should we use it? Well, for many reasons. And one of the reasons is because augmented reality uses natural user interfaces, like hand gestures or with vocal instructions. It is very important to well design the interface in order it to be something that helps naturally. It is something that makes people's work easier. And the wow effect. It is very important to motivate the worker. It is clear that using this kind of technologies is more interesting than a typical paper-based manual. I have some real examples in other topics in augmented reality where users learned to do a specific task only because they tried to do it with this kind of apps. This is more interesting. Okay, it is multimedia. With augmented reality, we can add different kinds of information such as text, image, sound, video, 3D objects, animations, characters, whatever you want. And finally, because of the gamification, as I have said, it is very important to motivate the user. And augmented reality works very well with gamification. If we make a task fun, the worker will be motivated to work on it. Okay. And let's talk about AR techniques. The black and white patterns or targets are very typical in AR projects. Although they are a little bit old-fashioned, they are widely used for research. But we cannot put these markers everywhere, and we need elements that are more natural. So we can use, for example, 2D image targets, and we can use real images to act as AR markers. We can use these markers, for example, in cultural heritage, like in this example, or we can use them to add information to a paper-based manual. But now we are going to talk about markerless technique. One of the most interesting techniques is to use the real object shape as a marker. So we do not need to add a marker to make the device to recognize an object. This is the technique we saw in the first example with the curricle. With this technique, we can go to a specific object or machine and get the recognition. Let's see this example. Okay, let's play the video then. Okay, perfect. Well, this is a test I developed to my car. As a test, I used an old cell phone to create an augmented guide just to fill the oil tank in 3 steps. I press the button here to start the guide, and the app tells me that I have to open the oil plug. And it tells me which is the oil plug and how do I have to turn it. Then I go to the next step, and I know how to fill it with oil. And the app is recognizing the engine, the object, without markers. Finally, I only have to close it. The cell phone recognizes the engine, and then it shows the augmented reality, the 3D objects, as animations as I developed. Applications like this are very useful, are very used in industry. Okay, so please go back to the presentation. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I am trying to watch it again. I can see. I'm going to try. I can't see my slide. Okay. I think I'm.
Yeah, it looks like it takes some time on your side to go back now from the video to presentation mode. So maybe for the next batch we will go all straight through the videos to avoid this this time.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, and maybe the best technique for augmented reality is the environment recognition through spatial mapping, or SLAM, which means simultaneous localization and mapping. This technique recognizes the real environment, not only unique objects, but the whole room or a complex plant in a factory. It creates a 3D map of the real world and compares every time what it sees against the map that has in its memory. So it is able to place virtual objects in the environment. The results are very robust, as you will see later, and the Microsoft HoloLens uses this spatial mapping. Okay, now we are going to talk about devices, examples by device. Let's take some of them. Now I'm going to talk about the most important devices for augmented reality, the most used by devices by normal user and by industry. Okay, first of all, of course, I have to talk about the devices we all have in our pockets or hands, tablets and cell phones. They are increasingly more powerful and can help people doing things like the teleassistance through telepresence. Okay, let's play the video. Yeah, perfect. Okay, in this example, okay, sorry. In this example, you can see a person who needs help and uses an app to ask for help to an expert. She can add visual elements to the real world and show them to the expert. The expert can see whatever he or she wants and can help the person as he or he was there. The expert can add also information to the real environment of the user, helping her manage the task. Okay, I think, are you hearing me okay? And am I talking okay? Somebody is telling me that the people are not hearing me very well. I don't know. I'm going to try to talk louder. Okay.
Yeah, no, okay. It's because of, sorry, Diego, it's because of the music of the video.
It's because of the music of the video, okay. Sorry about that.
So, no problem, okay. We should,
okay, perfect, sorry.
We should maybe, I will let you know for the next video if there is an issue.
Okay, thank you, Fernando. Okay, then let's go to the next slide, sorry.
Okay, one moment.
Yeah, thank you.
I will go directly through the video.
Okay,
avoid
perfect.
the time gap, so you can probably...
Yeah, perfect. All the videos all together. Okay, smart glasses. We are going to talk about smart glasses. Smart glasses are very useful because, unlike the mobile phone, them allow you to have your hands free. Okay, well, this is the example we are going to watch now. These devices have a small screen where the user can see the information. It's like you had a small mobile phone above your regular glasses. So this is the video, and I'm going to, to play it again. Okay, in this video we can see a test of a person that has to complete a wiring task. On the left side of the video, the operator is using a paper-based manual. And in the right side of the video, the user is using smart glasses and voice commands to search and view wiring insertion locations. We can see how the work with the smart glass is faster than with the paper-based manual. It is supposed that the smart glasses not only helps you to do the task quicker, but to do it more safely. It is possible that it is just an advertisement, this video, but companies usually ask for numbers and improvements, facts of using this kind of technology. So here you have the improvements of this kind of technology. Okay, so let's go to the next video, please. Next video is going to be another small glass, but a better one, I think. Okay. Yeah, perfect. The previous smart glasses are not really immersive. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, I will try to do it louder. Okay, I'm going to try.
I think you should make a pause for speaking and then playing the video.
Okay.
As the background music is probably too loud in this case.
Yeah,
thank you.
Better. First of all, I'm going to talk, and later I will play the video.
Very good.
So the previous smart glasses are not really massive, as I said. They are like having a small screen above our regular glasses. And the ODG company, on the contrary, have small glasses that are more immersive. They are optical see-through, which means that you can see the real world through the glass, but augmented with information, like the HUD in the helmet of the pilots of the fighter planes. ODG has 3 different versions, R7, R8, and R9 of the glasses with different capabilities. And with this example, we can see how does it feel experiencing one of these glasses. Let's play it, and later I will talk about it. Okay, as you can see, first of all, ODG have a version specially created for industry. It is ruggedized and water and dust resistant, and here we can see how just wearing them we get information of a product. The glasses recognize the object and give the information related to it. Okay, and now we are going to see that the user is going to move freely and always gets the information. Let's see it. Now we can also know how, for example, how to change a board or how to do any other task. This technology lets us to self-train our thoughts and to get different kinds of information. Let's finalize it. I have tested this kind of classes, and I think they will be the future. Okay, so let's go into to watch the next video, please. Now we are going for an industrial helmet. We are going to talk about the helmet, the DAQRI helmet. DAQRI helmet, it is a helmet created especially for industry. It has ANSI certifications, thermal camera, and some other good features. But on the cons side, I think it is very heavy to be worn for 8 hours a day, and above all, it is very, very expensive for the specification that it has. Okay, we are going to see the video, and I like this video because it shows the concept of the augmented worker, a worker that gets the information directly from the environment. Okay.
Hi, I'm Matt Cameron. Here we have one of our prototypical users, a typical field service engineer. Sam, can you walk us through a couple of the use cases for the smart helmet and show us what it can do?
So we'll look at the work instructions first.
Great.
So this system behind me is a valve system. So the first thing the helmet does is detect the environment, and it will notice there's a pressure anomaly when I start looking at the gauges. So I look at the top gauge.
But you can see how the information is in the machines, in the environment. So you don't have to ask for this information. Everything is natural.
And then the system gives me a readout and detects an anomaly. It then guides me through simple work instructions to change the filter. So I step forward, replace the filter, confirm done. Confirm done.
I want to show
and now the system's bypassed.
And for that first use case, we tie in content from the existing work systems and work.
Okay, this is the helmet, the Dakri helmet, and now please the next video. We are going to talk about the HoloLens, the Microsoft HoloLens. The HoloLens is the device that for many other people we think that is the best device without any doubt. The Microsoft HoloLens is incredible. This device has the spatial mapping capabilities I was talking before. It uses a 3D scanner, 4 cameras, and an inertial unit to manage this spatial mapping. It works very, very well. It creates robust augmented reality experiences. Of course, it's optical see-through, it is not very heavy, and you can use hand gestures and vocal instructions. The field of view, which is the area of the view where you can see augmented information, is not very big, but the experience is worth trying. Now we are going to watch the video that is a showcase of electrical systems design model in mixed reality. And as you can see, as you will be able to see, the experience is very robust.
We're showcasing the low voltage with the communications and cable tray, as well as some of the electrical package. The interesting thing about this particular model is this is coming out of Navisworks. So doing the coordination files like you normally would, kind of that same workflow, non-interrupted. You know, as I go.
This is the information directly from the Microsoft HoloLens. We can view the 3D model in the HoloLens and place it on the right location in the construction site. We can see models directly from BIM to the place. We can check whether the plan is correct or not. We can walk through the complete plant. Okay, and now we are going to see that you can check differences between the installed conduit and the design.
You know, as I go look at these conduits that were recently put up in the air, you know, I'm going to try to go understand, have these been installed correctly? Help us improve our construction processes.
There is, this is the difference between the model and the real thing. Okay, I have to say that this device is impressive. You all have to try it. I think it's you should try it. Okay, so let's go to the next slide, please, Fernando. Okay. Now I'm trying to watch the slide. Okay. We are going to talk now about Industry 4.0. I'm not seeing my slide, sorry. Having problems. Okay, okay, that's it. Perfect, thank you. Augmented reality. Now we are going to see examples related to the three concepts in which we are working in Industry 4.0. And I have already talked about them, but and these concepts are remote assistance, where an expert helps a user without being there. The augmented guide or training, which is an automatic guide to complete tasks. And the augmented worker, which is a person who gets information and actuates directly to the machines. Okay, this is an example we developed here in Tecnalia. It is a project we developed in collaboration with a partner for a company that maintains repeater antennas in the mountains. For this company, it's very useful and cheap to have non-expert workers being self-trained with this app, this augmented reality app. And when they have to do maintenance in the mountain, they can receive remote assistance from an expert where there are problems. The system is prepared to work with tablets, mobiles, phones, and Dufix 300, I think. I don't have video for this. And this is another related example. We added to this project some features that allow users with different languages to communicate through the app. The app transcribes from speech to text and then translates it and sends the information to the other user that could be in a noisy environment, for example. This video is a little bit long, so maybe we are not going to use it. Well, okay, we can use it. It's a long video, okay. Okay, that's it. We use cell phones and tablets for this example. And well, it is, let's see quickly. They are talking different languages and everything is...
Hola Igor, tengo un problema con mi máquina. ¿Me puedes ayudar?
Okay, this is in Basque language from Spanish.
Vale, ya tengo apuntando.
But, you will,
creo que es algo de la derecha.
To watch it online. Okay. Now, next video, please, Fernando. We are going to talk about ThyssenKrupp company. This is a very interesting video. They have been working with Microsoft using Microsoft HoloLens because they want to empower the over 20,000 field service engineers and doing the job better, more efficient, more safe, and more fun. Okay, we are going to see the video part related to remote assistance, which is here, I think.
He needed both of his hands to operate the laptop, and now he just has his HoloLens.
I'm going to stop it. In this scenario, technicians get all the information related to the work directly from the HoloLens. Here, I think, in the image, that's it. They get manuals, they receive new tasks, and if it is necessary, they can have an augmented video call to a subject matter expert to help him. The operator can see the expert through a virtual screen, and the expert can see what the expert is seeing through the cameras of the HoloLens. Let's check it out.
A major advantage of the HoloLens, of course, is that we are hands-free, and we never had that experience and the capability before.
In the past, the technician needed both of his hands to operate the laptop, and now he just has his HoloLens on.
One of the most important capabilities we see with HoloLens is that we can trigger a remote call to a subject matter expert.
Call Heather.
Hey Jeff, how you doing?
Okay, you can see that the worker, the operator, can see a video call with the expert in a virtual screen directly with the HoloLens, and the expert can see the information from the cameras of the HoloLens. Let's try.
Hey Jeff, how you doing?
I'm replacing a door board out here, and I kind of wanted you to check a couple things out.
Okay, let me take a look.
You can see that she is watching what he is seeing, and she is going to help him with two marks, with an augmented mark.
The JP3 is in the right position, and your motor lead is disconnected.
You can see that she can add information virtually with augmented reality in the real environment. Okay, so she can help him as she was there.
You're good to go.
Okay.
It takes a lot of...
That's the example. So please, Fernando, next video. Thank you. Now we are going to talk about augmented guides and self-training. Here we have an example about occupational risk prevention with mobile devices. It is a small sample about how a chip device can give information related to each equipment. Okay. She is using her chip tablet and is getting information very easily. I think I can talk now. In this example, they are using the typical warning signs as patterns or targets for augmented reality. She only needs to follow the instructions, pushing the next or previous button. This kind of apps are very useful for people that have to complete a lot of different tasks or for non-expert people. Are very easy apps, they can work it very quickly. And well, this is a small example with small devices. And please, let's go into the next video, please. Now we are going to talk about more industrial examples. Okay. This is it. Schneider is another company very interested in augmented reality. Here we are going to see how the HoloLens recognizes the machine and how it is able to ask, how the user is able to ask for work orders. I think he will try to replace the motor. You can see that we can get real-time information of the cubicle, and we can ask to the system how to do different and complex tasks. Okay, let's try next one. Example shows that how He can move freely. Okay, yes.
Sorry,
okay.
I interrupted because the background music was
okay, thank you. I thought it was okay. So I was telling that this application gives a lot of information to the user, but it's possible, the user only needs small guides, so we can choose the amount of information. Okay, so well, this is we are going to finish the video. Here they are collaborating and experiencing the same app at the same time, so they can work together. Okay, so let's go to the next video, please. Now we are going to see another example with HoloLens. This example shows how simple can be wiring with augmented reality. Another example with wiring with, okay. He's scanning the wire in order to let the HoloLens know what they have he has to do. Okay. The HoloLens tells him where to connect it.
You can keep talking for this.
Okay, okay, thank you. He can also check documents here about the task. Okay, small example. Please, let's go to the next slide. Now, okay, sorry.
It might take some time, so
yeah,
let's wait a few moments.
Now we are going to talk that usually the companies want to update their augmented reality apps on their own. So, and that's why we created a new app in collaboration with other companies. We created an app for maintenance that is able to give remote assistance and AR training. Okay, sorry. Here. That one. Here, sorry. Here. And we added an easy authoring tool to let the company to update all augmented guides and create their own courses. We are also working with companies that want to create these augmented manuals for other companies. So maybe we are creating new companies. Okay, this is an example where companies can change their own guides. Okay, now this is another project, a new project. GeoCard is an engineering company working, among others, in the energy sector, developing innovative services that respond to the market needs. And they are developing a very interesting project that focuses on augmented reality and is addressed to the development of a tool allowing a more efficient display of the reality analyzed and inspected during the mapping phase. This project will allow to enrich the sensorial experience through the combining of information characterized by a high degree of interactivity that electrically generated and routed would not be perceived by the five senses. So, well, it's something like the future, but, well, I think it will be very, very interesting. Okay. And another example of an augmented worker is this video. Please, let's play the video. Thank you.
In this case, Diego, you will need to stop the...
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Fernando. Okay, this is the manager of operations of water and wastewater treatment for the town of Windsor, I think. And he's going to talk about, he talks about what he thinks about the HoloLens and augmented reality. And well, we are going to see how he's able to have SCADA information literally wherever he wants in the factory, even outside under the snow. Okay, let's check it out.
Check every system in the plant, every pump, every chemical feed. So I think it would be pretty cool to be able to walk through the whole water plant with this on and look at every piece of equipment through the eyes of real-time data, you know, instead of you know, just your general look, listen, and feel.
You can see that he's able to connect to the SCADA and get information as he was in front of his computer freely from all over the plant. And well, it's a very useful. He talks that he thinks it is a very useful application. And well, he talks about that younger people is working on these companies, and they are going to be able to practice, and they are willing to practice with these technologies. Okay, let's please to the next slide, because I think we are late. Very briefly, I'm going to talk about a technical report that the Electrical Power Research Institute has released, talking about a program on technology innovation, enterprise augmented reality vision, interoperability requirements, and standards landscape. And you are going to see the link. You can download this report. It is very interesting. It's not. This is the link. You can get it. The report is not only for energy industries, but have a general vision about the augmented reality in industry. Here, for example, you can see that they also talk about remote assistance, as we did before, or about here they talk, for example, about how augmented reality could improve the situational awareness in the industry. Okay, very quickly. What probably you all know, the Gartner Hype Curve or Hype Cycle summarizes the visibility and the maturity of currently hot technologies and forecasts the productivity they will have. And in this Hype Cycle, augmented reality is, I think, here in the trough of disillusionment. And we all thought that AR was going to solve all of our problems. It is not so good, but it is going fast. A lot of companies are investing on it, on augmented reality, and I have to say that AR is not so mature as virtual reality, but it is maturing fast. And I think AR is going to be very, very important in the near future. Okay, and how to deploy it, how to take advantage of the augmented reality in our companies. Okay, this is the way that companies are working on it. First of all, we have to anticipate, because it's very important to be there before other companies. Other companies are already there, so we have to be very quickly. Then, as usual, we have to build a small project, launch the pilot, get feedback from the users, and finally get a broader deployment. Well, it's very important to anticipate, like when Gretzky said, a good hockey player plays where the puck is, but a great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be, so we need to anticipate. Okay, this is the adoption. We are now in the early majority in 2017, And well, the companies are, as I said, are already there. Big companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, or Amazon are working on it and have specific solutions and frameworks for augmented reality. But not only big companies, there are a lot of different companies that are working on it. This is the AR landscape, and it's growing fast. And finally, we have to talk about the future. And the markets and markets said that mobile augmented reality market will worth $80 billion by 2022, and Granby Research said that it will be 100 billion by 2024. And the final number here, another news report says that the forecast AR and VR market size worldwide is $140 billion by 2020. Okay, well, this is it. Thank you very much for your attention.